Well, I refuse to fail this challenge to myself on the very first day. As you can see, it's 11:19 right now, and I just set a timer uh about a couple minutes ago. But this is gonna go off. It was a 45-minute timer. I have to record this video and upload it to YouTube in order to keep my word to myself to stick to basically uploading every Friday. So today is January 3rd, the first Friday of 2025. And so I have just uploaded my first Substack post to, well, not my first. The Substack publication is technically 3 years old, but I just rebranded my Substack publication to the Synthesizer Society. And and I uploaded my first post a couple hours ago. And so now that I have that completed, my other mission for today, because thing is, my goal for this year was to pretty much have a post on Substack and a post on YouTube every single Friday, no matter what. Now you see, I plan on uploading more than that, but um, I want to for like building creative confidence and consistency. My hard deadline is every single Friday. So now that that's out of the way, well, the thing is, it's not out of the way. I have 40 minutes to film and upload this video to YouTube. And the thing is, you're saying, Dan, how the fuck are you gonna do that? Well, I have this one take wonder recording set up via Loom. So this is going to Loom. It's gonna be transcribed. It's gonna be possibly even like it's gonna be easy to edit essentially. And the thing is, so I have this live recording setup where I can go top screen, bottom screen, both screens, or like my split screen or whichever camera I want to use essentially. But yeah, you get the picture. So, um, to the video. Let's get into the video. So, top screen. This is pretty much my outline for the video, so I'm somewhat on track. And so, hi there, hi creator. My name is Dan Torino, and you might you're probably going to find me on social media everywhere as flow creators because that is essentially the mission of what I am building at the moment. And so the thing is, essentially what the flow creators org is, here is a little breakdown. So the thing is, here's my 2025 brand roadmap. And so the thing is, I thought I would like brain dump kind of like the core values and missions of the organization. So it's an at its quintessential core, it is a I'm here to try and help early stage creators, a lot of Gen Z like students and people who are maybe like lost, feeling lost or misguided. It's essentially a lifestyle movement. I'm trying to help people go from creating from just going with the flow of life and creating their own flow. And so at Flow Creators at its core is a lifestyle design movement that encourages people to design every aspect of their life intentionally. It's kind of in reference to this like naval quote where it's like every single man has two lives and his second life begins when he realizes he only has just one. And so it's that wake up moment where people start taking life into their own hands is when you become a flow creator essentially and you start living authentically and intentionally. And so authentic living is core to this organization, sharing your gifts, selfless service. These are a lot of things that I personally value within the organization, but these are like the foundational pillars that it's built on. Do it yourself learning. Real education is free. Digital literacy and proficiency, and uncovering your purpose. And so the Flow Creators organization that I'm mentioning, how I'm at Flow Creators everywhere, has a couple parts to it. So it has the Academy, which is essentially, um, how do I put this? Okay, well, basically, if we go to the society, I basically uploaded this whole thing as a newsletter post. So if I'm lost, oh, wrong screen. So if I'm lost here, I can literally just reference here. So it's designed for beginner to intermediate level creators. It's a blog format that doesn't take itself too seriously. I'm here to serve and guide Gen Z creators who feel like they might be wasting their potential on chronic addictions, things like video games, and have yet to take control of their lives. I'm not going to read through the whole entire thing, but essentially, it's like foundational knowledge. Oh, actually, I have a summary of it. In summary, it focuses on foundational aspects of self-discovery, self-regulation, digital effectiveness, and systems for holistic evolution. I would also add like creative evolution, like pretty much helping creators get into the habit of creating. And of course, I can't do that unless I'm actively creating, which is why this year that energy is most certainly changing. And so that's the first aspect, the Flow Creators Academy. And the second aspect is it's technically mentor synthesis. It's another brand that I'm building, the newest addition to the org. But if you want to pause that, you can read it. But essentially, it is a theme page for working with more advanced topics. So essentially, this is for more advanced creators, which I'm calling them synthesizers. And so essentially, with synthesizers in the community under mentor synthesis, this is going to be a podcast where I can have more advanced, where I can either do solo episodes where I break down some advanced mentors teachings, maybe react to some certain pieces of content, or repurpose and remix other people's content. And and I can also use that in a very artistic manner. So that's kind of like the initial theme of mentor synthesis. And I have a completely separate social media page on like Instagram and YouTube for that, because I want to treat it like a brand page. But that's not too important for today, because what's really important is what we're doing with the academy. Because this is this is I should have pretty much, I should have been using this little thing here as a guide here. So a little bit of backstory of myself. I'm gonna try and limit this to 90 seconds, because I could talk about myself for the next 10 minutes, and I probably will if I didn't cap it. So I'm just going to go ahead and ring, and my timer bugged. That's weird. Timer, pop out. Okay, here we are. So here we go. Long story short, yeah, I'm a content veteran. I started creating back in 2011, and basically, with the world that I was living in 2011 with content production, I was brought into the content creation space by accident, because I was given a TV production class in high school by accident, and then I ended up falling in love with the class. First year, I took one class. Second year, I doubled up. Third year, I tripled up. Fourth year, I quadrupled up, and like did work. And I essentially graduated my high school with like around 15 or so different awards, state and national level, and district level. That ended up landing me my dream career right out of high school. I was a full-time video editor and motion graphic designer. And so shortly after taking that career, building my dream computer, I ended up getting really complacent, and I got really addicted to video games. And that's actually when I started this YouTube channel. So this YouTube channel used to be called SnooTube, or it was my gaming alias was Snoo, and I made League of Legends videos. And I posted one video a week for every week for 6 months back in like 20 something, 20 like 16 or something like that. And I ended up with like 4,500 subscribers. And as of today, it's dwindled down to like 2,000, because I haven't been uploading. And I'm going over this 90 seconds, but I'll try to wrap it up. So basically, um, okay, I get it. Dismiss. I don't even want to go over half these talking points. Um, yeah, I don't need to talk too much about myself, but basically, to catch you up to where I'm at today, I've pretty much, like, 2020 was the year that I had my really deep spiritual awakening. I lost $100,000 in business. In my first business, I was a gambling man, and I tried to go big for my first real, outside of like creative freelancing. My first business I got into was commercial real estate with my father, and after 2 years of work, I got scammed out of $100,000. So that's a story for another day. But that directly led to the pain and transmutation that led to this whole 180 transformation of my life, and I actually became more of a spiritual being, because um I was already like very fit, and like I had a strong mindset. I was very like, I was building, creating, doing all this stuff. Like I was already like thing is, this post right here in my Substack, or it has my whole origin story, so I don't need to go over it all today. But like did I change this post? Interesting. Anyways, um fast forward, I'm gonna cut out some of this, but basically, so after the awakening, I started sharing my truth a little bit online, but I was just experimenting. And then I deployed overseas and I had my combat tour to Afghanistan and Kuwait. So I spent like a year out. I spent like 2021 2020 to halfway through 2021 uh out in Afghanistan and Kuwait, and then right when I moved back home, I had found my spiritual mentor, which I had moved to Las Vegas to study under. I paid him like I paid him like I paid him like 10 grand out of my pocket to move in with him and directly under him. And he was somebody that I'd met while I was stationed overseas seeking all of this spiritual wisdom because I just had this awakening and all I craved at that time was this spiritual knowledge. And I found the perfect mentor. He was this really advanced sorcerer and it completely skyrocketed my mystic journey, I guess you could call it that. Anyways, um fast forward to 2022, I rebranded to this brand called Dues by Daniel, but it was very shallow. The brand, it was mostly fitness content based, and I actually posted an introduction video here on YouTube about 2 or so years ago. I'm not going to show it to you because it's not even worth bringing up. But at that time, I was still under this illusion that like I was compensating for the substance behind my posts with over editing. I was compensating um the value of the content with just making it look good because that's all I knew how to do at the time. And so it was just a fit it was a brand based in just fitness and aesthetics, and the only thing I knew at that time, which was how to build like a consistent like fitness habit in that sense. So the thing is, after it was a weird story, but I lost my Dance Runo handle and then I ended up getting it back, even though that should have been an impossible because my old account got deleted at 15K. And so when I got my handle back, I was like, wait a second, no, this is a time to like go ham again on my personal brand. And now it's kind of ironic that I'm not even using the Dance Runo handle. We have recently switched everything over to we've switched everything over to app flow creators. And this newsletter post I mentioned today actually outlines briefly my social media strategy moving forward. So I'm going to spare you the details here. If you want to support my work that I'm doing with the Flow Creators organization, that's where I suggest you subscribe. I mean, subscribe and like the video on this channel if you support the work, but also go check me out over on Substack because that's where we will be cooking, we will be collaborating, and having a good time in the collective community. So yeah, so 2022, I had some consistency. I was posting under the Stews by Daniel alias for 2 months, and it felt incredible. And I had just like um entered this world of like the building a second brain space, and I had my Notion digital brain, and I was feeling like a mad genius. And until my Notion system broke on me a little bit, and I got my Dance Reno handle back, and I'm like, hold up, I need to realign this brand a little bit. And so fast forward to today, 2 years later, here we are. We have done enough thinking, we have done enough contemplating and procrastinating with tools, and I've literally just absolutely tried it all. So so now that I've got you pretty much caught up to where where I'm at, I'm so mad because I aimed for 90 seconds and I think we probably did about 4 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes. So I'll see if I can chop that up a little bit. But anyways, back to this week. And I know that moving forward this year, we're leaning into content consistency. And I realized one of the biggest um negative habits that I have to untrain myself with is this negative tendency to be too way too much of a perfectionist. And so in order to counter perfectionism, there's this mentor this mentor I have on Instagram, this business mentor, her name is Rachel Bell. And toward in December, she was posting this challenge on her Instagram. And I've done challenges in the past, and I know that they're probably one of the best ways to build momentum. Either like make your own video, like just come up with a video series or do a daily challenge, and like you'll just get so much confidence and experience of building the habit of creating consistently. And so what I want to start as of tomorrow on my short form video platforms is this 30-day shitpost challenge. And here I'll pull up the post so it's not just kind of like thinking off the top of my head. And so I'm gonna pull it up, this post from my Cosmos, which is like Pinterest, but for like social media saves and stuff like that. Um, where is it? Do I have it here? Oh, I actually think I bookmarked it a while back, so I'm not even gonna bother pulling it up if I don't find it in the next like 3 seconds. Okay, fuck it. Basically, post something every single day, no matter how shitty. Bonus points if it actually is shitty. Just shit post, like literally, like shit post, so that your inner critic, your inner perfectionist, has no chance to have a say because it's a shit post challenge. That's the whole point of it. And thing is, I know we all want to have quality content and raise the bar every single time, but thing is, especially in the early stages of content creation, like quantity leads to quality. And so if you can put out something every single day, you're just going to get so much better at making that content and that doing all the steps in that process that it's going to lead to the next set of 30 shitty videos aren't going to be that shitty. Your shitty baseline is going to be the next person's like dream content style within, I don't know, 90 days or so. Like that's just how the cookie crumbles. So if you want to join me on this challenge, embark on this quest of posting 30 shitty posts for the next 30 days, pretty much January of this year. Um, well, actually, no. It's too short notice to have you guys join me January. I think I'm going to announce in the community a basically like a cohort type or like the my own 30-day shitpost challenge where we all can do it together in February. Or maybe I take a month break of like daily uploads and do it March. But I think I'm probably just gonna do it February because I think it'd be probably in my best interest to just try to continue uploading one single video every single day, short form wise, so that I can just hone that skill. Because that's really, I understand that that it's like that one quote from Chris. I forget his last name right now, but like this is not doing the thing, this is not doing the thing, this is not doing the thing, this is not the thing, this is not the thing. The thing for me is very much content production. It's what I've been putting off for so many years because i'm honestly I'm honestly scared shitless because of the fact that haven't um I haven't really edited in a video editing timeline for years now, and I know my old perfectionist tendencies and how I have this such a high bar of like quality for my work that I used to have. And knowing that my skills have degraded a little bit because I haven't been honing them, I haven't been using my craft. I'm working on a completely new computer. I'd probably have to download all of my old plugins and presets all over again if I even wanted to use that. Um I know my work's not going to be up to a standard, and so this shitpost challenge is the best way I can see fit to counteract that. So yeah, let's see. We've got okay. So to consolidate this video to wrap everything up, I want to talk about two final things. So one is what's been going on this week. So the thing is, I was like hard committed to Standout Store for my platform earlier this week. So the thing is, if I show you on my screen here, like my sprint for this week, Like if I actually go up a layer and up a layer, my I pretty much set three intentions for this next 2 week sprint. Stick to a content plan, which my content plan is what I am uploading right now. Uh the hard deadline is one post to Substack and YouTube every Friday. Everything else is bonus at this point because I'm building momentum. We have a creating long form content for the academy. So essentially the YouTube ties into that because the content I'm making for YouTube is content for the Flow Creators Academy. And that is its own newsletter inside of the Synthesizer Society. And the final thing is the minimum viable funnel. And that's why I was talking about just a second ago, where the minimum viable funnel that I was planning on using for sure was going to be standout store. But I had some things that I didn't like about it last second that I literally just made this decision yesterday that I wasn't going to use standout store because there were a couple of features that were like missing the on the courses feature of the tool, but because of how beautifully Standout Store makes the layout, how seamlessly they let you check out coaching and consulting and pay for digital goods and stuff like that, I was going to overlook all those flaws. But the community aspect, where people are collecting their emails and stuff like that, I realized that the feed posts that are kind of like are trying to imitate school a little bit. I realized that I can't even control who is allowed to post in this community. You can't like say, oh, only moderators can post. I can make all these topics, but anyone can post anything, and that's normal-ish for a community. But what if I had some like announcement channels that I wanted to make that only I wanted to post it? There's literally no customization for it. Like the community feature is way too much. I know it's like basically in beta, but it's no community feature. And the thing is, because Standout Store is $30 just to basically use the tool. And then if I want the full email marketing suite as well, and all of the extra fun automations for emails, then I would literally be paying 99 to $100 a month, which is basically the same price as school. And one of the reasons why I didn't want to use school is because not only, well, I mean, $99 a month isn't that crazy terrible, but the thing is, I understand how much of a time commitment constantly engaging and maintaining a high quality school community can be because I've joined a lot of them myself and it's exhausting. I might be biased because my school is exhausting because I'm inside of like probably like 20 different communities and my notifications constantly getting blown up. It's just so noisy on that platform for me. So most people are probably only going to be in like 1 to 3 communities, so it's probably not that bad. Anyways, but that's besides the point. This with this new intel, I think that my main recommendation, if somebody was just building out a simplistic funnel and wanted to have the community, I think I'm likely gonna be moving back to beacons again. I think beacons is just like it's more for the same $30, I could actually get the entirety of that unlimited email marketing. But the thing is, I don't even need the unlimited email marketing because my email marketing is going to be done via Substack. I want Substack to be my newsletter and my way to and I want to focus most of my energies and efforts on building community there because one of the Substack publications I'm most inspired by is this one called Mastery Den by Alex Mathers. And to see like a newsletter post, like writing about something like this, like how to become anti-fragile creator in a fragile world, and then getting this type of feedback from the community and like just having such a well put together publication and a means for people to engage and like if they fuck with the article, they fuck with your news, your email, they can just restack it to their like Twitter like timeline and have a comment on it and share it with their following, their community. Like something about that just sits so right with me when like otherwise with other any other newsletter platform, it's like you're just it's just a lifeless email. But this one brings life to your community with the ability to have the chat features. I have the Synthesizer Society on the threads that I can post. I'm going to do the threads for accountability, threads for communicating with you guys. I'm just super excited. I'm super bullish on Substack right now. And so outside of that, to wrap up this muse with the standout store thing, I also came to another conclusion recently, and that is that my link in bio could literally just be a published Notion domain. Because get this, I also use card.co for certain landing pages that I've been building. But the thing is, Notion allows you to embed Substack. And for some reason, Substack doesn't play nicely with the embed doesn't play nicely with card.co. So I wasn't able to embed it in card. You're not able to embed this into any other tool. But the thing is, my main like lead magnet or like a very easy to download thing that somebody can grab from my brand to always be able to access parts of my community. If I things I have this Torino.notion site slash flow creators right here. And literally I can just create buttons. And these buttons can just fit pretty much. I'm gonna have like a creator technology stack. I'm gonna have like log into the publication, log into the academy, log into this. And here's my secret weapon with using Notion domain. Because the thing is, the main problem with Notion is once somebody duplicates the template to their workspace, you can't update it. But the thing is, here's how you fix that. I use a brand renaming thing called Linkilla to get custom URLs for like flowcreators.org. And so I have like flowcreators.org slash gather slash discord slash like reading list, stuff like that. And so the thing is, if these main links I create inside Linkilla, if I just make these buttons over here and I make it flowcreators.org slash stack, I make it like slash resources slash academy slash like slash whatever the heck, I can change those links whenever I want in the back end of Linkilla. And anyone who's duplicated this template to their workspace will always have access to all the community resources um, at all times. And they can also quickly jump into the academy. They can subscribe to the academy to the society if they haven't already. And I can even embed my Gumroad products if I since I might be using Gumroad, because here's the other thing. Substack doesn't allow you to do advanced email flows, but the thing is that Gumroad's email marketing is actually quite advanced. If I wanted to do like for example, the 30-day post challenge, the 30-day post, I could create an email automation flow that sends you an email every single day to ensure that like to give you like a prompt and like we could do the 30-day posting challenge together next month and you could get an email with the prompt for your post of the day. Like that could be done all through Gumroad. So that's kind of overpowered, and it's reliant on this Linkilla tool, which is a tool like it's basically like another a knockoff of like Rebrandly, but I bought it for one time deal on AppSumo for like probably 30 or like $48, somewhere between 30 to $48. So paying one time rather than paying $15 a month is great. And so the thing is, all these tools that I'm mentioning, I actually in my newsletter post, I shared my tools, my main tool stack starting up in 2025. Like this whiteboard tool that I'm using is like Miro, except I paid $35 for it once. Um, I've got Microsoft Edge is my main browser that I'm using to do all this stuff. Linkilla, which as I showed you, I'm probably going to be switching over to CapCut, even though I've been using Adobe all these years. And then my main journaling tool that you see over here on the right side of my screen, which is my main how I take notes, how I take journal, or how I journal, how I think about things. Um, that's another tool that I want to do a lot of documentation for to share my process. And then I have all these different use cases for Notion as well, because Notion is probably going to be stepping up to the plate this year for helping me keep track of a lot of content, more of the bigger long form projects in my content, because I've noticed in the past, um, if I'm not finishing something in one day, I tend to not, I tend to not get it done. But anyways, that's about it. That's the plan. I fucking took 30 minutes to record this, so um, the video must go on. It's got to go live in like the next 10 minutes in order to, oh, my camera's not here. So this video's got to go live in the next 10 minutes in order for it to me to hit my deadline of making this video by the end of today. So there's not going to be any editing on this. So good luck, guys. There will be AI chapters though, and you can speed up the video. So anyways, keep growing, stay flown. Catch you next time, guys. Peace.